Good afternoon, welcome to Camnet Media News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Let's take a look at the stories that are making the headlines. PF's BOWMAN LUSAMBO, CHITOTELA granted 20,000 kwacha bail each. I beg your pardon. Government attributes poor spending on CDF in some areas of structural issues.
The trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the...
She has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Thank you for staying with us, and now the news in detail. Embattled Kawushi Patriotic Front Member of Parliament, BOWMAN LUSAMBO Lusaka has charged that Zambia is stuck because Republican President Hakainde Hichilema on governance, hence subjecting opposition members to intimidation. Speaking shortly after being granted bail by a Lusaka magistrate in a case he is accused of interfering with witness, Mr. Lusambo says citizens should not be worried about the bad governance, stating that the UPND will be out of office in 2026.
After spending 2 days in the freezing cells of Lusaka's Kawata police station, embattled Kawushi Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO has finally been granted a cash bail of 20,000 kwacha with 2 working sureties from reputable institutions. The embattled lawmaker has also pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of attempting to interfere with witnesses, contrary to Section 112(1). B has read with Section 389(1) of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. Mr. Lusambo, who was on Tuesday morning apprehended at the Lusaka's Magistrate Court by Anti-Corruption Commission officers and later charged with 3 counts of attempting to interfere with witnesses, seemed to be high-spirited as he kept chanting "Kukosa" to his sympathizers, meaning "be strong."
Yeah. No, we are very strong. Ichalo chari jomba. So chile kwa di dress. I don't know what we are. So the dress ni kubweke roko twafu. How not trip that? Thank you. Thank you. No. Sure. Thank you.
Meanwhile, the outspoken embattled lawmaker could not miss an opportunity to challenge President Hakainde Hichilema while being led to the police cells he described as 5-star hotel. Mr. Lusambo alleged that Zambia is currently stuck.
Kionze vintu vya lapwa kichalo chari jomba presidenti aliva stuck. Nomba presidenti arefoya kula chita intimidate kula ikataba. Nomba takwani shache pasat.
Oh, ika hotel kachepa?
Limbitwa kulisha. Kainda refoya ale akasistaba. Yesu hapo mwenye wengu kutoka mweke shama 2026. So don't worry. We are going to
Do the needful.
Yeah, and help the people of Zambia.
Mr. Lusambo is however expected to appear for his trial on the 27th of June 2022 before Lusaka Magistrate Dandosa Chabala. Miriam Kemba reporting for Camnet TV News.
And in a related development, Opposition Patriotic Front Pembeshi Member of Parliament, Rona CHITOTELA, has told the Lusaka Magistrate Court that the corruption allegations he has been slapped with should be dismissed because he has entered into a concert settlement agreement with the Anti-Corruption Commission, hence cannot be tried for the same.
He could not help but smile after seeing some of his party members come to offer him solidarity. During his first appearance before the Lusaka's Magistrate Court Thursday morning, former Tourism Minister Ronald CHITOTELA appeared before Magistrate Jennifer Walia to answer to corruption charges allegations that the Anti-Corruption Commission has slapped him with. But before Mr. CHITOTELA could take plea and commence with his trial, he is protesting his prosecution by the Anti-Corruption Commission. The lawmaker, who is facing 2 counts of being in possession of property reasonably suspected of being proceeds of crime, has since made an application before Magistrate Walia challenging his prosecution before court. Mr. CHITOTELA, through his lawyers, has submitted that he had previously entered into a consent settlement agreement with the Anti-Corruption Commission to exempt him from prosecution on these charges. He argues that he cannot be prosecuted on the same facts if he entered into the said consent agreement with SEC. Allegations in the first count are that the accused possessed a property valued at 380,000 kwacha, believed to be proceeds of crime, while in the second count, he is accused of receiving 500,000 kwacha from Vale Construction Limited through RKC Travel and Guides Limited, monies alleged of being proceeds of crime. Meanwhile, the court has since granted him a cash bail of 20,000 kwacha. The court is, however, expected to deliver a ruling on the said application on the 18th of May 2022. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Social scientist Innocent Koroya has expressed disappointment that constituency development funds in some rural local authorities have been dormant. Mr. Koroya regrets that some local authorities, especially in rural areas, have not been able to utilize the constituency development funds, thereby derailing development.
Among the major highlights of the 2022 national budget was the increase in the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, from 1.6 million kwacha to 25.7 million kwacha, and described by many as a game changer. While provinces like Lusaka have been on the path of development, the same cannot be said in rural areas of Zambia. In March 2022, the Treasury released a total of 805 million kwacha from the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, with each constituency receiving 5.1 million kwacha for the first quarter to enable them implement various projects. While the CDF is expected to jumpstart rural development, the process seems to be moving very slow. Social scientist Innocent Koroya has expressed disappointment that the CDF funds in some rural-based local authorities have been dormant.
I've been told to say there are more funds which are now idling, sitting on the under the Ministry of Local Government, awaiting to be disbursed, on top of the already 5.1 million kwacha, which hasn't been utilized. I have been to Northern Province. I visited quite a number of constituencies where I discovered that Chirubi, for example, the money 5.1 is still there. Luingu district, that is Rubansenshi, the money 5.1 is still there. Lupososhi, the money 5.1 is still there. Lunte, the money 5.1 million is still idling in their account. So when is this money going to be utilized? When a lot of problems are being faced with our communities there. People, they need to make desks. But why are the people not given this money?
Mr. Koroya has observed that some local authorities have no capacity to handle the CDF funds, saying they must be capacitated.
I am appealing once again to government to ensure that they put up a robust system and a robust way of ensuring that this money come to the best use of the Zambian people as it has been utilized, as it has been released. If it's a matter of capacity, then let the government find the people who are supposed to implement such kind of activities which such money has been planned for. Because looking at such monies without being utilized is very, very, very unfortunate.
The same concerns regarding the funds being dormant were echoed by the Public Accounts Committee Thursday during the first quarter of 2022 budget performance review. In response, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary Mambo Hamaundu attributed the problem to structural issues that limit spending on rural development, but said the issue is being addressed.
The process of restructuring started last year. As you might appreciate, ministries were realigned, and the component of rural development was introduced to the Ministry of Local Government. So this is something which we have to wait for the necessary approvals. But I am hoping, and I'm reiterating my point, I'm hoping that we will get the necessary approval so that we begin to spend the resources. It's not that we went and requested for money. Once we are given, we don't want to use it. No, it's a structural problem. Once the structural problem is resolved, the money will definitely be utilized, because we don't want to put ourselves in unnecessary trouble. We don't want to be amongst those who you are given a resource to spend and you do not spend it, you just allow it to sit.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Rights activist Fumba Chama has maintained that as long as Director of Public Prosecution DPP Lilian Siyun continues to occupy the office, the fight against corruption in the country will amount to nothing. The Anti-Corruption Commission has continued to arrest people who served under the Patriotic Front administration, with the latest being the former Tourism Minister Rona Chitotela and former Secretary to the Treasury Fred Sonyamba.
The IG for the Zambia Police, we've changed the director at the Drug Enforcement Commission, we've changed director at ACC, and all these, whilst we've changed all these heads, and they do a good work, all these cases are ending up at the office of the DPP. And the DPP in our current state, and with little or no credibility left, it's difficult for us to believe and hope that the accused, the suspects, will be convicted of any criminal activity. So that's why we are calling this DPP's resignation, because we want to see a DPP that is committed to the fight against corruption, a DPP that will address the corruption allegations of the past government and also the current government. We cannot be in a situation where you have empowered the arresting agent but compromised the prosecutor. So it doesn't work like that. Everything that the police are doing, everything that the SEC are doing, everything that the DEC are doing become useless when you do not have a competent DPP to prosecute those in terms of your convictions for the people.
That item brings us to the end of our Camnet Media News, but before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made the headlines. PF's BOWMAN LUSAMBO CHITOTELA granted 20,000 kwacha bill each. Government attributes poor spending on CDF in some areas of structural issues. Thank you for joining us on our Camnet Media News. My name is Amazing Katamanda.